All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next event's already up. It's another combined event. And I was jumping the gun a little bit early last time. But they're ready right now. The women under 23 and the open women. So we have 3 women again we want to highlight for you. And I've just been informed that there's a secret plan to this women's race. She's one of the erg monsters of the United States women's team. And she's apparently trying to beat the 6:30 mark. So give it up for Tracy Iser. She's a 2016 Olympic champion in the women's 8. And her surname might mean butterfly in German, but she'll sting that like a bee, trust me. Give it up for Lauren Smetterling. And she came all the way over from Mykolaiv, Ukraine. She's the reigning world indoor rowing champion. She's the holder of the world best time of 6:22.8. And she's here also racing for age category world best time, 6:26.1. Give it up for Olena Buryak. And aside from these top 3 athletes, let's welcome the rest of the team, including a lot of the United States national women's team racing together and putting on a show for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the athletes of the women's under 23 and the open women. Give it up for them. So there you have it, the start list on the screen. And we've just mentioned 3 athletes, but we could easily have picked our way through like 20 athletes or so. I mean, it's hard to distinguish between Olympic champions and world champions. We have how many athletes from last year's winning world golden crew from the 2018 World Rowing Championships, Erin?
There's so many medals amongst all these women, and it's really hard to tell who's gonna come out today. And it's such a great opportunity for these women to be able to show the world actually their speed. I mean, we do a lot of training on this concept to erg, and you know, it's good to see the numbers that are thrown down.
Yeah, and the interesting thing obviously is, I mean, when you have 3 athletes you mentioned, I mean, it's an impressive lineup already, but when you have the likes of Megan Woznicki, who's 2-time Olympic champion also in the race, back on track.
No big deal.
No big deal. I mean,
so the standard for U.S. women is it used to be, back in my old days, it used to be to get into the 640s, or you know, maybe even break 640 would be really good. But that is not normal. That's above average now.
Erin, you're scaring me.
I know. So you'll see a lot of these ladies finishing in the 630. I'll call it.
You call it?
It's early in the season, but if I know Tom, the head coach, I know these girls are in mighty good shape already.
Well, they look in mighty good shape, and all those units from the national team, it's slightly daunting. Imagine sitting right next to like 6, 7, 8 athletes of the United States national team. That must be, you know, that can get in your head.
This is probably the first full 2,000 meter test that a lot of these ladies have done this season. Typically in the off season, well, I guess there's no off season in rowing, but in the fall and winter, you go into this 30-minute or 6,000 meter test. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is their first 2,000 meter effort.
The off season is the indoor rowing season, as you rightfully state. So
correct.
Correct. So there we have Olena Buryak on screen right there, focused, waving hi to Ukraine, where they're obviously watching as well. And there's some high expectations right here. As I said, she's the holder of the overall world fastest time. So she's the fastest woman on the earth, 6:22. But there's also 6:26, which is her age category, which she can also break. I mean, it would be impressive if she does both. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's just phenomenal. I know there's very few men that can even go 6:22 or even 6:26 for that matter.
She's faster than my personal best.
Well,
I'm not afraid to admit that. She's faster than I ever was.
Hi, my name is McKeel. Olena has.
Can I have your autograph? Yeah. So a couple of encouraging high fives there between the members of the U.S. team as we start to move towards the start of the race. So we stop rowing in order for the flywheels to die down. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway in an event that Erin McKenzie herself would have loved to race in a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in my prime. This is just, when you race in front of a crowd, I think that first 250 meters is free speed. You get the energy from the entire room.
And there you have it. Air number 11, Tracy Iser. We're keeping an eye out for her splits. Gutsy start there by Yurkova of the under 23 women's category. You can see the distinction between the two categories. You have Yurkova in the red representing the under 23s, and all the yellow athletes are open, so over 23 years of age. And I mentioned, I was about to mention her. We were expecting to see Sofia Asumanaki here, who's absolutely legendary on the earth, but sadly she's not here. So we hope she's doing well. But Olena Buryak already taking over from Yurkova, and it's Tracy Iser in hot pursuit. And then also Mooney, Kohler, Musnicki, Schmetterling, Pierce. They're all keeping pace with the hot favorite, Buryak of the Ukraine.
Brooke Mooney she just graduated from UW, and so she's a novice on this U.S. women's team. You hear that she pulls 830 watts for her max power test, so you can see that she's using some of that to get off that line. In that top three here, she's hanging on to those 139 splits, which is amazing.
You see a nice tiny little detail there, the white and the red elastic in the hair of Olena Buryak, the white and the yellow, the yellow and the blue elastic in the hair of Olena Buryak, because she was pulling a 136 just there. And if we try to add that to what she can do at a 2K, if she keeps up that pace, 136 is 624 over 2K. So that's coming dangerously close to that world best time of 622.8. And that begs me, I'm looking at Alex right now. Is there any bonus involved for breaking a senior like an overall world best time? That's what we'll get to later. There's a slight nod, and maybe even a scary nod, because he knows that this woman is capable of doing right. There you have it. Olena Buryak's world record on the screen. She's only 7 meters behind the world best time, and the pace is exactly right. 136, we need to see that. It's 137 now, so she needs to pick it up a tiny bit if she wants to break her best time of 622.
You see Tracy matching her long and strong strokes here. Such a great opportunity to line up next to women that you might not be racing because you're in a different category. Tracy typically is in the 8 or the pair, and Olena is in the women's quad.
So you know Tracy a little bit, I guess. Do you know what kind of strategies she's likely to go for? Is she the kind of person to start slow and finish fast, or is she the kind of gutsy racer that saves all the energy for the first part of the race?
I never got to race with Tracy, but from what I hear, there's no weaknesses. So basically, there's no giving up.
Grit and determination, that's what you want to see. On the right, Tracy Iser. Right now, she's in second place overall. And it's Olena Buryak pulling away ever so slightly every single stroke. That 137 is almost what we want to see, but that 7 meters behind schedule that we saw before has opened up to 13 meters right now. So let's wait and see as we have crossed the 1,000-meter mark what Olena Buryak has left in the tank in the latter stages of the race.
And if you were with us for the last race, you can remember that the lightweight men were about 36, 37 strokes per minute at this point of the race. They have, oh, no, they were about 40 strokes per minute. And Olena is at 31. That's a massive amount of power per stroke.
You can see that. You can really see her really exerting that power, like pushing those legs down. Really, every ounce of strength goes into that footboard. And I feel bad for that erg at the moment, because that must hurt. If you're an erg and you have some feelings, you don't want to be erg. That erg over there right now.
I believe the ergs are anchored into the floor just for that reason. And
Exactly.
We are almost to the last 500 meters. Where's the time gone?
Where's the time gone? This is so incredibly fast. And Tracy Iser picking up the pace a tiny bit. She was at 139, now 138. And she's moving towards 137. You can almost sense that energy starting to build up in her legs, in her back, and in her arms. And it's a mental game right now to dig in deep and trying to stay ahead, because look at this. Mooney's coming.
The novice is coming to get him. She's holding on to a 137 pace, only 3 meters behind Tracy. And we got the old guard coming in too, with Lauren Schmetterling, Kara Kohler, and Musnicki right on their tails. So it's a great race.
This is a great race. It's really tight for second and third. No doubt about the leader right now. As you look at Olena Buryak on the screen on your left in Ukraine's colors of blue and yellow. 136, that's the score we want to see. 135, we're building towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. Can she pull something special out of her hat? It's 17 meters. It looks like it's a little bit too much for her to handle at the moment. But let's wait and see. 135, she's eking in closer and closer to world record pace. And Brooke Mooney, look at that. She's overtaken the senior citizen of the crew in this case. It's the young gun actually going for the old dogs right now. Really impressive stuff as Olena Buryak is clenching her teeth together, trying to get closer. From 17 meters, we go down to 16. So can she improve on her 2 world best times that she has right now?
Last 10 strokes, she's coming in, and she's only 16 meters behind. She may not make it, but these U.S. athletes are right on her tail.
Well, there we have it. It's the finish of the pace boat at 6:22.8, and it's Olena Buryak 6:25.6, ladies and gentlemen. Take a bow, Olena Buryak. Wow. 6:30.8, really great time for Mooney. And then Tracy Iser 6:33.6, Schmetterling 34.5. And a great final sprint by Vitas, taking her to 5th place overall. But Olena Buryak, we'll have to wait and see. But is that confirmed that she has an age category world best time, 30-39? That is 16 hats off to Olena Buryak right now. Wow.
And that is what a world record looks like.
We have to mention, obviously, that the fastest under-23 rower, the sole red boat in the left side of your screen, it's Yurkova, the fast-starting rower. Under-23 world champion. And then we have Schalk of the United States, 2nd fastest time, and Gomez of Mexico still about to finish in her under-23 women's race. There she is across the line, 7:37.2. Garcia of Mexico hot on her tail, and Ramirez of Mexico also closing it up. But I see someone very eager to grab a microphone, bolt off towards that impressive rower from the Ukraine, and maybe ask her a question or two, because that was impressive. 6:25, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the top of your screen, 6:25.6. Alex, tell us how it's done.
Olena, you did it again. Many congratulations, world champion. Another new world record in the 30-39. You beat your 6:26 record. Took another half second off. 6:25.6. That's a surprise to you. You didn't realize.
I forgot my last year's time, and it's a surprise.
But the race itself, how did that go for you?
First 1,000, I didn't think about nothing, and then it came, I don't know, milk killer. That's all. That's all I can to show today.
Well, it was a very impressive middle kilo, and then at the end, I thought you knew exactly what you were doing in terms of the record, because you were really digging in at the end there to get that split down.
Again, please.
You were pulling very, very hard at the end.
Yes, I tried to do everything, and my husband all the time tells me push, push, don't falling down, and I tried. That's all.
Well, many congratulations, Olena. World champion, one more world record to add to the list. Fantastic.
Now I need to come again for world champs to set a new. I need to break 620, really.
Well,
that's a promise, ladies and gentlemen.
you've said that to me for many years, that you will go under 620 one day. Well, the 622 is pretty out there as it is, but maybe we'll see you in Paris next year.
I hope for that. I hope for that. I hope for invitation. I hope for so warm support from people, and I like it, and I hope to go to Paris. I've never been there.
Never been to Paris?
No.
Pavel's been to Paris. Pavel took me to Paris once. Okay, well, we hope we'll see you there next year. We hope you'll break 620. That would get everybody talking. But many congratulations. Fantastic performance once again, Olena.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and
all.
gentlemen, Olena Buryak, 625.6. And a majority of the U.S. women's team pulling below 640, setting the benchmark. Impressive stuff. We have a couple of more races to go. We have Erin standing over there. Maybe a nice little touch to have her in front of the women who followed suit in her footsteps. Erin, who do you have over there?
So I have Megan Musnicki, who I know just came out of retirement for this race. Megan, how did that one feel? As spicy as you remember?
Oh yeah, they're always special. They're always special.
So, what is it? 6:38 out of retirement? That sounds pretty good. What were you shooting for?
I would have liked to go faster than that, but everybody likes to go faster than they actually go. So, I don't think you're never satisfied. That's what keeps you training hard and always pushing for more. So it's great to be back with the group, and it's just a lot of fun to be back training with people.
A lot better to do 2Ks with friends than by yourself, right?
Yeah, significantly more fun to do them with others than alone.
Excellent. Well, nice job, lady.
Thanks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Megan Musnicki, two-time Olympic champion. And she's back on track. And we hope to see her again, obviously, later this year. The world stage on the water.